What's going on, motivators? We got another video. We got to react to Bill Maher and also some of the gays and transgender for Palestine. Let's get into this.
To Chapel Roan. In just a few months, she went from a struggling artist to getting 3 billion plays on Spotify, netting her almost 11 cents. Here's what caught my eye. She seems like a Gen Zer who can be reached, because I saw her on TMZ say,
like, obviously, fuck the policies of the right, but also fuck some of the policies on the left.
that sounds like something I would say. She also said, I think it's important that people use critical thinking. I think it's important for me to question myself, question my algorithm, question, is some person that tweeted something about someone else even true? I'm a baby boomer. I remember phone booths and cars with ashtrays and vaginal sex. I didn't learn about the Middle East from TikTok, which is a Chinese company whose totalitarian government would just love to have America's youth hating them.
And that's the part two. A lot of people, the information that they're getting is from TikTok, which is pushing the same algorithm. Do your research.
America. That's some of that algorithm stuff you say you want to look into. Now, first off, the fact that you don't know much history isn't your fault. You live in the United States, where the schools stopped doing that whole teaching facts thing a while ago. But getting all your history from TikTok is like getting all your calories from Hostess. My guess is that Gen Z hearts are hardened by the propaganda you see on TikTok. Chapel, if you think it was repressive growing up queer in the Midwest, try the Mideast. You're a female drag queen.
We all know how Gaza and the Middle East, the Muslim countries, treat people who are either transgender or gay or lesbian. Those things doesn't fly over there. It always gets me thinking, why would those people support and say they're for Palestine when if they were going to be in Palestine, they would get killed?
And I'm empathetic to their right to protest. I agree that they should be able to protest.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, these people, if you really look at them, other than the actual people that are Middle Eastern, every single, and this is a general example, all the white people that are at this protest are literally homosexuals or transgenders. And I'm not against that. It's fine, you can be a transgender. But these people that are protesting for Palestine, they would not be allowed to live this lifestyle in Palestine. So I just want to call it the hypocrisy of what's going on.
But why do you think they're doing it? Do you think it's because they were oppressed, so they want to have a go at the society that they feel oppressed them?
Well, Ash, that's a good point. But also, a lot of this is LARPing, live action role playing. These kids want to go out there. They want to be activists. They want to go get involved in something. It's like, you know, they read.
My thing, is it activists or do they even know? My thing is they may not know. Like there may be something else that may kick off in the future. Do they know that these countries do not like them? It's like, why are you putting their hand out? And if you were to go over there, you would probably get killed, detained or something.
Books in the 60s, people protest, you know, Vietnam, the 9/11, you know, people want to do something.
But why are they so ignorant, Alex?
I don't know. I have no idea because they know that if I bring up October 7th at these protests, I get hit. They know that what's going on. They know Hamas is not great. But at the same time, they don't care.
They're kids playing, aren't they? It's like a cosplay. I mean, those ones in there, the student who said, oh, we need aid, we're subjugated. And they blocked the university themselves. They're actually in this crazy virtual reality world in their own heads, delusional.
You know when you sing that LA is where boys and girls can all be queens every single day? You're welcome, but offer not good in the West Bank. Chapel, you're not wrong that oppression is bad, or that Palestinian and many other Muslim populations are oppressed and deserve to be freed. You just have it completely ass backwards as to who is doing the oppressing. Hamas is a terrorist mafia that took over Gaza. The Revolutionary Guard is a terrorist mafia that took over Iran.
That's the thing. Most people don't know the history of the Middle East, how it used to thrive until the terrorist regime came through and it started oppressing people. You go back in the 60s, Iran used to be just like the United States and the West, wearing clothing, showing their faces, until the 70s when it took over. And from there, it kind of like changed everything. So it was never the way it was. And I mean, I don't want to get into history too much, but there's a lot of changes that people are unaware of, and they're just seeing what we have today, don't know the circumstances of what have happened in the past.
ISIS is a terrorist mafia that took over Iraq. The Taliban is a terrorist mafia that took over Afghanistan. These are the oppressors. The Iranian regime has killed 600 protesters after a 22-year-old woman died in police custody following her arrest for the crime of wearing her head covering incorrectly. Just to be clear, that's your team. Iran is who sponsors.
And that's the other thing too. A lot of people are going on that side and saying all of those things that they want, right? But if they were to go as an American in the way that they live their lives into those countries, it would be devastating for them. They will not even be allowed. They'll probably be killed if anything. They will not even be allowed over there. It's strange to me, like, it's almost like a lot of people are sheltered in the United States and they're not aware of anything that goes on outside the United States other than what they're being told. No one is doing research anymore. A lot of people have not left the United States to go to the Middle East, so they're not even aware of what's going on. They only see the propaganda and they live by it.
Hamas and Hezbollah. Are you sure this is who you want to throw down with? Meryl Streep spoke at the UN recently and said this about the Taliban, who are only slightly more conservative than your heroes in Hamas. She said, today in Kabul, a female cat has more freedoms than a woman. A cat may go sit on her front stoop and feel the sun on her face. She may chase a squirrel into the park. A squirrel has more rights than a girl in Afghanistan today. A bird may sing in Kabul, but a girl may not. You're a singer.
And this is what gets me about Bill Maher sometimes. Bill Maher, he is not on the left. I think Bill Maher is more conservative than he's saying that he is. He's trying to put himself in the left center, but I think Bill Maher is more to the right. A lot of those people there, you could see that they're speaking truth, but yet they vote the same old way to the Democrat Party.
Culture you would never want to live under. Gender may not be binary, but right and wrong kind of is.
Hey everyone, I'm outside the DNC showing my support to Palestinians. I know if I was in their country, they would accept me with open arms, so I just want to do the same here.
And that's the part. There's this delusional stuff going on in America. Even a regular American who's not queer or trans, they might have some issue when they go overseas in certain Middle Eastern countries. Especially if they're trans, they would definitely have issues. So this idea of they're going to be welcome in open arms, these people are delusional. Where is this information coming from? At the end of the day, I really don't understand the people who don't understand what they're doing. I feel like this whole generation is being brought up in ignorance, don't know anything about the world except for the little bubble that they're in, and they're quick to jump out and protest. It's almost like the Democrats and this new generation are just producing robots. Like, I tell you what to do and people just jump. There's no critical thinking in anything anymore. Anyway, let me know what you think. All right, motivators, if you enjoyed what you've seen and heard, please like, comment, subscribe, and share a Black Veterans Perspective. Stay motivated.